Hello and welcome to Convict Inc. I'm your host, Robert Rosso, and it's a little bit after 11 Central Time. I am sitting here looking at my TV, watching me do the video of the Emmy, which actually I did at 2 o'clock, and it didn't get posted till like an hour ago, and I don't know why. But I thought the delivery was horrible. I really did. I was sitting there going, oh man. So I apologize if you feel that way too, and I'm going to go ahead and do another one or two tonight. I'm talking this way because wife is sleeping in the other room, has to get up early and go to work. This is, I already said, please hit the subscribe, like, please, etc. Yeah, so this is going to be about me getting drugs sent into an institution and the guy who brought him in and what happened to him. This isn't just that simple as a, hey, I'll send you some dope and you mule it in for me. Shit got out of hand and here's the story. Okay, so many of you may or may not know that in 1997, I was indicted for being the leader organizer of a methamphetamine distribution network. That is, I had drugs mailed via UPS, FedEx, and regular express mail from California to Arkansas, Missouri. Drugs would come in the mail. There would be 1 pound to 5 at a time. I would have them delivered all over the place, and people would come pick them up. I'd have them drop off to people's houses, and then I would come pick up the money. Sometimes I would have them sent to my P.O. box or my house. It was just a loose operation that I never even realized was a conspiracy. Anyway, so I get sentenced to life for that charge. I'm in Leavenworth now, for about a year. And I said to myself, hey, I'm spending a lot of money on dope and booze here, and I think I need to make some money, so why not just go ahead and let's do this, crank up this conspiracy again. And that is having drugs sent from California to people that I knew in Arkansas. People in both states knew that I didn't tell on my case. I had plenty of people on the West Coast that I knew can send me drugs, and plenty of people out here that I knew would sling them for me. So what I did was this. In the feds, you have what's called legal mail. Legal mail is that everybody's mail is screened in red if you're in a USP or an FCI. Low security in camp, conceal their letters and send it out. The only way a prisoner can do that if you're in a USP or an FCI is to write legal mail. That is correspondence that's unmonitored to your attorney. Back in the day, they used to have what's called a legal mailbox. This is in Leavenworth. In the middle of the hallway, there was just a regular mailbox, and it said legal mail, and you go up there and you have your sealed letter and you just drop it in and walk off. Well, what I did was I wrote 5, 6 letters, and so let's say that I was writing John Smith and asking him for drugs. I would just put John Smith, the guy's real address, and then put legal mail on it, attorney at law, John Smith, attorney at law, and it flew. All of them flew. None of my letters ever got caught, and I wrote just straight up, hey, I will give you $5,000 for 1 pound. I know you can get them for 3, whatever, or I know you can get them for 5 and I'll give you 8. So I always made it worth everybody's while. I enticed them. Hey man, you want to make some money. This is the way to do it. Well, 3 people bit, were really interested. And after some letters back and forth, the letters that they wrote to me were, I told them how to write in code in the sealed legal letters that I wrote them. Anyway, I got off, and that is, I had somebody give me 1 pound on the front, on the strength, that he got for $5,000, and he sent it to an address in Arkansas, and in a short period of time, he got $8,000. The people that got the package in Arkansas, I had them send $8,000, and then there was the issue of where the money goes to me. Now, at first I had money put on my books, and I was charging $20,000 a pound, okay? So there's $12,000 I got to deal with. I ran a lot of debt, so I was able to have these people send money to various people's addresses or on the books of people I owed money to. So if I owed Jim Hall, that was my neighbor in Leavenworth and cell 30, I'd have money sent to Jim Hall's books. Or if Jim Hall wanted it sent to his family on the street, I'd have the money sent there, whatever. And then one day, my mom sent me a book from LexisNexis. LexisNexis is a legal directory. I used to do a lot of jailhouse lawyer work, and I ordered, I think it was an Arkansas Code Annotated, some book, and my mom had spent $60 on the book, and it was really only $55. So when I got the book, I also got this notification saying that I had an account for $5 credit. So light went on in my head. What do you mean I have an account from LexisNexis? So I said, okay. So people in Arkansas still owed me some money. I said, hey, do me a favor. Buy me this book from LexisNexis that's worth $80, but send $200. Let's see what happens. And send it to this account, which was in my name, and it came directly to me in Leavenworth. Sure enough, they sent $200 for a book, and all of a sudden my account is now credited the extra money. So $120 plus the from when my mom sent me the book. So I got $125 credited on LexisNexis account. And I hope I'm making myself clear. So I never had to give up an ID. I never had to do anything. I simply had an account because my family sent me a book and sent too much money. And there was an account number and everything, Robert J. Rosso, the whole nine. So now I knew I could have money sent to LexisNexis. And that's what I started to do. Okay, so this didn't stop. I had more money sent back to California from the people in Arkansas. Back for another pound, boom, another pound comes in. I then had those people in Arkansas send me $5,000 to LexisNexis for a book that cost $50. Sure enough, LexisNexis sent the book and sent me a notice saying I now have an additional $4,500 credit on my LexisNexis account. So I now know I have this bank account, this LexisNexis account that I can just actually funnel money to. So now I start thinking about getting dope into prison, which wasn't my objective in the beginning. There was a guy, and his name was D, I can say that. He was a blood from California, and the shot caller of the Bloods, the California Bloods there, was Zulu. AKA Freddie Moore. This ain't bad on Zulu's part, so everybody knows Zulu. He was a big, popular name in the feds. Anyway, D was bringing in heroin. He knew a girl from Kansas City. You can send her a package. She would balloon it up, and she'd bring it to D, and that's how they rolled. Now, as a member of the Bloods, what he had to do was kick down a percentage. So let's say he got in 10 grams of tar or heroin. I think he had to give up, 3 grams or 2 grams or 4. I don't know the number. It wasn't my business, but he had to give up a percentage because he was a gang member, because he was a blood. He had to kick up to the big homie. So this went on a while. I used to buy heroin from D, and I went to him and I said, "Hey, man, what's up? I got some meth out there. I can have sent to your people. Can you bring it in?" Sure, no problem. Okay, so I had a pound sent, boom. People had the dope, and I said, I need you to send an ounce to this address. They got cold feet and didn't want to, and I had to have somebody go pick up the ounce from them, bring it to somebody else's house that I knew in Arkansas, and that person then sent the drugs to Kansas City to D's girl. You guys follow that? Meanwhile, I'm getting packages sent that had nothing to do with prison out on the street. Pounds going here, pounds going there. There's 5 people I'm sending pounds to in Arkansas. There's 2 drug connections I'm using in California. Now, let me back up real quick. I didn't charge $20,000 to everybody. I'll get there in a minute. All right, so everything's going. Operations are running smooth. I'm really just taking the money from out there. I'm paying off drug bills. I'm putting money in LexisNexis, and I'm upping the pounds every time. 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound. Well, D's girl gets the dope, and it's go time. That is, they're going to bring an ounce. He wanted half. So he was going to get 14 grams for bringing the shit in, and I was going to get 28 grams in an ounce. Well, at the last minute, he comes to me and says, hey Rob, that wasn't 28 grams. It was 16 grams. So, it had touched a few hands, and I didn't know who to point fingers at, nor did I really care. I'm making freaking buku bucks off doing it. I'm ready to get some free dough. That's all. That's all that mattered. So sure enough, okay, 16 grams bringing in. D's coming, his girl's coming on a Saturday. Of course, he told me not to tell nobody, and I wasn't going to, and I was waiting. Well, on a Thursday, I get locked up for a dirty urine. So I went to my cellie, Tommy Rutledge. Yeah. Oh, shit. And I say, listen, man, do me this favor. This is what's going to happen. Can you grab it and hold on to it for me? Tommy was an older guy, 55, from Peoria, Illinois. He's still in federal prison right now. He's like 80, trying to get out on compassionate release. This shit happened back in the day. He wouldn't give a damn if I said this. So neither would none of his friends and people that I know watch this. And anyway, so I'm in the hole, pissed, sick, because my packages I know is coming in. And I end up doing 60 days in the hole. When I get out, I find out that a whole bunch of shit went down. And this is what happened. D said he got the package in. That is 16 grams. 8 were his, 8 were mine. He said when he came back from visit, it was going to be count time, and the cops were in his cell, so he went and put the dope in the washroom. In the washroom, people were doing clothes, and people put their clothes in laundry bags, powder on top, and guys would just literally take one bag out, put one bag in. There was a system, and everybody helped each other out. Well, somehow from 3:30 to 4:30, somebody took D's bag that actually had dirty clothes in it and washing powder, but also had these balloons in it, and threw it in the washing machine. And when he went to look for his shit, it was in the washing machine, but the drugs were gone. Likely story, right? Well, it actually happened. So here's what went down. A guy who was a vice lord found the balloons and didn't know what it was. He brought it to an old man by the name of Wade, who was a hustler, also an old vice lord. He's long dead now. And Wade brought it to some white guys because they didn't know what it was. And this was methamphetamine. Somehow, some of it got back to D, who brought it in. And he said 6 grams back. To this day, I'll never know. But I was ass out on the balloons that were supposed to be mine. Tommy Rutledge never got them, but he heard, and he actually did some meth because there was meth going all around B Block. That was mine, and he knew it, and a bunch of guys knew it because he told them, but I got nothing when I got out. However, D, or little D we'll call him, that's what I recall, made a deal with me and says, look, man, I don't want to do that no more because my old lady, that was too much, but I'll start paying you off in grams of heroin. Bet. I like heroin. I liked heroin at the time. So he comes back from visit one day, boom, breaks me off 2 grams. I'm supposed to get 8 altogether. Well, he does that. No sooner does he come, here comes Zulu, who I know, who were cool. And he pulls me up and says, hey, Rob, did you and my boy have a deal worked out? Man, I straight lied to dude. I said, man, I'm not getting in the middle of that. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I can say that to him because that's a drug deal. And I'm not going to sit there, I don't care if he's a shot caller or not, sit there and cop and admit to doing a drug conspiracy with this dude. So I said no. But somebody else, apparently that was white, said that he did. Well, another week goes by. Little D hits again, and his people are on him now, and the Bloods are on him. They're watching him. They see him come back in. They roll in his cell when he's just gets back from visit, and they find him whipping out some dope. Pulling the dope out of his ass wherever he hid it, and they held court with him. They thumped him around a little bit. Then they said, "You're going to have to bring in some packages for us." He comes back, a couple weeks more, he has another one, goes out to visitation, picks up another package, comes back to me, knocks me off too. And when he left my cell, he got fucking stomped. The Bloods got him. And that was because he didn't say that he was going back out and getting another package. And I'm not sure how that all got twisted around. But because he wasn't paying tax, given his crew some, he got fucked off. Now, as for my drug conspiracy that was going on, this is what happened. I ended up making, was $35,000 I had in my LexisNexis account. So I wrote LexisNexis and I said, "Hey, LexisNexis, my name is Robert Rosso. I have an account with $35,000 in it. I would like you to send a check to such and such address in California." And they did. Check. Boom. Just like that. With that $35,000, I had 4 or 5 pounds of meth altogether. That's what it was. So the person on that end that did it on that end scored. Probably got it for $3,000 a pound. I shot all that dope to Arkansas to one person. And that's where I fucked up. Because like I said, I had different people that I'd send stuff to. I sent all that in one load to one person, and that person, who was in their 60s, said that her husband's, I just said it was a female, that her husband's cousin stole the shit. So after all that, yes, I had made quite a bit of money paying off bills, but as in the big chunk, that was supposed to be my big boom. I was going to be like close to, I think I was giving him 15 a pound. I forgot. I don't know if it was 20 to that person. Was I looking for 100? I don't know. But this all happened in about 3 months. So yes, I went to prison and continued doing the same exact thing. And that's how it ended. Ended poorly for me and poorly for little D. So that's the story of me, my drug conspiracy I started in prison, and the package of meth that I never did get.